from these cliffs here, where these terraces are, you know, all the way to where the cross is, you know. Basically, you can't see it, but it's completely surrounded by these cliffs, you know. It's like an amphitheater. And you know what I'm saying? So where are the best vineyards? The best vineyards are the ones which are, say, as more south facing the vineyard is, as more steep the vineyard is, and as more close to the river the vineyard is, as more concrete. You know? And the Prelat is basically 100% south facing, 100% steepness, directly on the Mosel. And the fourth microclimate are these cliffs which protect these vineyards. And we are the largest owner with 0.6 hectares. So 18 owners share 1 hectare. I think the smallest owner here is has 100. Yeah, and then if you have to transport heavy stuff up there, then you're using it. It's basically major, mostly. Already the vineyards together, bigger parcels. From down there, from the cliff here, where the sundial is, in the front is a sundial, and goes all the way down over there where just in front of the crane, there's a cliff, all the way up to this cliff. Well, basically nearly up to the crane, you know. There's also kind of a huge amphitheater. This here, the part behind the village, all the way up here, this is the original Wirtsgarten, which has also a slightly different soil, because here, in this part, we have more the wet volcanic soil. And up in front of the it's also, but this is artificial, because there's around the corner, where the Prelat is, you know, where we had been, there's an old slate mine. And that was a typical winter work to mine slate in the vineyard. First, it made a very warm and mild climate to the vineyard, because the slate keeps the heat, you know. Here into the soil, you know, then you don't see slate anymore down there, you know. The slate is all on the surface, which they brought in.
And what's underneath the volcanic?
This is weathered volcanic soil, you know. This is this weathered volcanic soil which we have here in Erzig, you know, in the Wirtsgarten. Pretty fragile, this stuff, that you see, that breaks easily, you know. See? It crumbles down, and otherwise we would still do it.
Just for fun. Keep it warm.
This is also the reason that the vineyard is called good shoes, you know. You know, ours was Cabernet here next year, because it has such a better microclimate, this wine, you know.
It comes around with a fan in the evening.
And that is Auslese. And Auslese is €5. Only half, which is getting here. So if you want to work here, you know, this piece where we look at, you know, so from the cross, all along the rim, and then here where this white, you know.
So where's the entry point to take stuff up from? Is it here?
Yes, here. You have to schlep it. Where you can park.
From there.
Yeah, from there you park this. Hey. And then you have to schlep everything, you know, up the vineyard, you know. You have to schlep it up there. And a lot of schlepping here. And the cross reminds on this tragedy 1066. You had also tragedy 1066. You got the French people. Here it was traveling on the Mosel to the residence to Trier, and these guys thought it would be a brilliant idea to kidnap this guy, you know, and so asked for a big fat ransom. Seems that this bishop. This, you see, this always broke off, you know, you can't take this anymore. But usually you would take this one to put it up, because it's the shoot for next year.
It's not now.
That's Auslese gold cap.
Whose is it? You're going to be shot.
You know, but if you are late, that is the problem. With wind,
it's
it all breaks out.
yeah.
It should be already tied up like this, you know. You see here. So then you have this, and this is the summer pruning, and this stuff here, you cut it.
It's originally planted here.
No? So I
Consider yourself.
you have some options for pruning next year. You see here, that's already done, you know? You see? The one here, they shorten it, then it can't break it. You see this? That's not very well done, because it looks slim. It is a very old method. Most people don't know anymore.
The river's high, eh?
which is higher. Questions how he did these wines, but sadly I never met him, you know. And my father, you know, he only told me we have no records because the house where my grandfather, the winery of my grandfather, the house, the French, after the war was French, from the French army, from the, you know, occupied, and when they left, you know, there was nothing there anymore, you know, everything was gone, you know. And so I don't have records, I have only what my dad told me, how they made wine, you know, but I don't have really records for it, so for me it is learning by doing, you know. We started in 2008, we're continuing to do this, but only with Erziger Wirtsgarten, we have an experiment. We do 12 months, as we do with everything else. We do 24 months, and we do the same juice 36 months on the full yeast. And I hope if I can go another 20-25 years, that we can have after 25 years, we can do 25 years on the table with 12, the same wine, 12, 24, 30.
And like Ernie said, we actually used to do a white label. You guys probably remember this, Elliot and Andrea. We used to have a white label house label.
Half beef and half chicken. Yeah.